Welcome to Kaya Therapeutics Doctor's Corner, featuring Dr. Jawad.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jawad. In this short video, I'm going to talk about 8 triggers that we could do on a daily basis that will help burn fat for fuel. We'll actually lose weight by making these small minor changes in our daily routine. First and foremost, I always recommend to my patients, you want to increase your lean proteins. The lean proteins, whether it be wild-caught salmon, wild-caught fish in general, grass-fed cows or grass-fed chicken. You want the cleaner the animal, so you want the cleaner the protein. And you want to do at least 3 to 6 ounces per meal. Now, again, the question is how much is 3 to 6 ounces without busting on a scale? I always say, hey, hold out your palm. This is roughly about 3 to 6 ounces, depending on your body size. So you want to have lean protein. You want to have at least 3 to 6 ounces per meal because protein actually will help aid in muscle recuperation, which will help with more lean tissue. It actually increases how many calories you burn at rest. Next is fat. Yes, fat is good for us because we are made of 2 things, essential proteins and essential fatty acids. So you want to clean, fat is actually good, but however, you want the clean fat in forms of like avocados, for example, or like grass-fed butter. That will help with cellular metabolism. And how much should you take? I always recommend about 65% of your calories should come from fat. Now again, fat actually will stabilize your hunger center. It actually levels your insulin levels, so you're not having these fluctuations in blood sugar, which will essentially you'll help to burn fat for fuel. Next, vegetables. You can't get enough vegetables. I always recommend cruciferous vegetables. What are cruciferous vegetables? These are your broccolis, your cauliflowers, your kales, that family. The reason why this is so good is because the standard American diet, your average foods, contain what's called phytoestrogens. What are phytoestrogens? Phytoestrogens are insulin mimickers. And they're estrogen mimickers, sorry about that. And what happens when you have too much estrogen flowing around your system, it actually slows down your metabolism. So by taking in cruciferous vegetables, it helps rid the body of excessive amounts of estrogen, and in turn, it'll help increase the liver function because with a healthy liver, the liver is our detoxifier. So cruciferous vegetables is definitely important. Next is fiber. Now again, fiber from vegetables. Fiber from vegetables do a lot of things. One, it adds bulk to the food. But also, too, it's filled with antioxidants. Also, what it does, it buffers our fat storage hormone. So again, if you buffer the fat storage hormone, you're actually going to start to burn more calories at rest because essentially, you're also going to have a cleaner digestive system. If you have a cleaner digestive system, you'll increase gastric motility, and you'll increase your gastric absorption of essential nutrients that we need from our daily foods. Next, high potassium foods. Now, when I say high potassium foods, I'm not talking about going out there and eating a bundle of bananas. Yes, bananas are rich in potassium. However, they're high on the glycemic index chart, which means that they are full of sugar. Okay, so I always recommend getting your potassium elsewhere. Don't rely on bananas. Because potassium is amazing because it allows sugar to be stored as sugar. Okay? When we store sugar as sugar, it's better for our body. Because without potassium, the sugar is stored as fat instead of utilized as it should be. Now, also too, because it helps store sugar, it'll help balance out our blood sugar levels. We'll have less fluctuations in our blood sugar because when you have increased fluctuations, when you have an increased insulin spike, that insulin actually triggers the fat storage. This is why people who are deficient in potassium crave sweets because their blood sugar is going haywire. So increase in potassium foods will actually help burn fat. Next is quality sleep. Deep sleep for about at least 7 hours a night. 7 hours of quality sleep. Now, why is sleep good for you? Because our nervous system, the parasympathetic division, is our rest, digest, and repair. That's triggered at nighttime predominantly. So by increasing your sleep will help lower the cortisol, control it more, again, which will help burn fat for fuel. Also, too, exercise. Exercise is very important for many reasons. It's good for heart health. It's good for brain health. It's good for musculoskeletal health. Increased muscle tone will help burn more fat for fuel. It'll help your fat burning. Now, what type of exercise do I recommend? Interval training. Interval training studies have shown that it increases fat burning by over 450%. Okay, this is your short burst of exercise, rest, short burst of exercise, rest. Okay, it'll burn up your fat by over 450%. Now again, if you can't do interval training due to some way, shape, or form, walking on a treadmill is still good. I'd rather always have my patients do at least some type of exercise instead of sitting down doing nothing. Last is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a new thing nowadays. The goal of intermittent fasting is to control our insulin levels. So if you actually lower the insulin levels, because insulin actually promotes fat storage. So if you control your insulin levels, you're actually burning more fat for fuel because the body's mechanism is going to go for the fat store for energy. So intermittent fasting will help. Now, I always recommend with my patients, start off with three solid meals a day, no snacks in between. Because again, you want your body to start dipping into the fat stores for energy. So we start with 3 meals a day. Then I recommend breaking it down to 2 meals a day, but pushing breakfast at a later time. Because again, your whole goal is to lower that insulin, to control the insulin, which will switch over the mechanism so you start burning fat for fuel. All right, so again, these are just 8 tips I have for, again, 8 triggers to help fat loss. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.